Tobi Adewale had everything money could buy: cars, houses, fame, and friends who praised his every move. Yet, deep inside, he felt empty. His father's wealth made him powerful, but his soul was lost in pleasure and pride. Every night, he partied, surrounded by fake smiles and loud music. One Friday night, as Lagos City glowed under the street lights, Tobi decided to do something different. He wanted a special company, not just anyone from the club. He wanted someone mysterious, someone who could excite his boredom. That decision marked the beginning of a night he would never forget. Outside a busy hotel stood a young woman in a red dress, Amara. Her eyes were deep, her smile soft but sad. She wasn't like the others. Something about her silence spoke louder than words. Tobi saw her and felt strangely drawn to her. He stopped his car, lowered his glass, and said, "How much for a night?" She looked at him calmly and replied, "You don't have enough to buy my night, but you can pay for my time." Surprised but impressed, Tobi laughed and told her to get in. Inside the luxury hotel suite, Tobi poured himself a drink and tried to impress her with talk of money and fame. But Amara only smiled politely, saying little. "You think you own the world because your father is rich," she said quietly. Her tone cut deep. Tobi frowned. "You don't know me." Amara looked him in the eye. "I know your type, rich on the outside, poor on the inside." Her words struck something in him he didn't understand yet. The night was no longer what he planned. Instead of touching her, Tobi found himself talking. For hours, they spoke about life, pain, dreams, and regrets. Amara told him she once wanted to be a nurse, but life pushed her into the streets after her parents died. Tobi felt something stir inside: pity. Maybe guilt. He had never listened to anyone like this before. For the first time, someone wasn't afraid to tell him the truth. When Tobi looked into the hotel mirror, he didn't see the confident boy everyone loved. He saw a stranger. Amara's words echoed in his mind. "You are lost." He smashed the glass in anger. Amara didn't flinch. "Breaking the mirror won't fix you," she said softly. "Only truth can." Her calm voice made Tobi sit quietly, his heart beating fast. He didn't know why he cared what she thought, but he did. Tobi's phone rang. It was his father. "Chief Adewale, where are you?" he barked. "I need you in the office tomorrow morning." Tobi rolled his eyes, saying, "I'm busy," but Amara's eyes caught his, firm and questioning. She whispered, "Some people wish they had fathers to call them." That one sentence silenced Tobi. For the first time, he saw his father not as a controller, but as a man who cared. Amara opened up about her past. Her parents died in an accident, and her uncle made cruel choice about her. She escaped years later, but had nowhere to go. She worked at a salon by day and the streets by night to survive. Tobi couldn't believe her strength. "Why do you still smile?" he asked. She smiled sadly. "Because crying doesn't change the past, but kindness can change the future." Her words sank deep into his heart. As the clock struck midnight, Amara stood up. "Your time is almost over," she said. But Tobi stopped her. "No, please stay. I'll pay double." She shook her head. "You've already paid. Now pay attention to your life." Tobi felt like a child being scolded by life itself. He didn't want her to leave. For the first time, he wanted to be seen, not as a billionaire's son, but as a human being. Outside, it began to rain heavily. Tobi offered to drive Amara home, but she refused. "Rain washes away dirt," she said, standing under the downpour. "Maybe it can wash your heart too." He stood beside her, soaked but silent. That moment changed something in him. The arrogant boy began to melt away, replaced by someone new, someone humble. When Tobi woke up, Amara was gone. But she left a small note. "You can still choose who you become." Next to it lay a small cross pendant. Tobi stared at it for minutes, feeling a strange peace inside. That morning, he went home without telling anyone where he'd been. For the first time in his life, he didn't feel like partying. He just wanted to think. Chief Adewale noticed the change immediately. "You look different," he said during breakfast. Tobi nodded. "I met someone last night." His father frowned. "A woman?" Tobi smiled faintly. A teacher, chief, laughed, confused, but didn't ask more. Something told him this teacher wasn't from a school and whatever she taught, it was already working. Days turned into weeks. Tobi couldn't forget Amara. He searched for her in the same spot every night, but she was gone. Some people said she had moved to another city. Others said she was sick. He felt restless. Not because he wanted her body, but because he wanted to thank her. She had opened his eyes to life, and he needed to tell her that. One afternoon, Tobi saw a familiar pendant on a hospital patient's neck. It was Amara. She was lying weakly on a bed. Tears filled his eyes. "Why didn't you tell me you were sick?" She smiled faintly. "Because you needed to find yourself first." He paid her bills, stayed by her side, and promised to help her heal. Amara only said, "Use your wealth to heal others, not to hide your pain." Months later, Tobi launched the Amara Hope Foundation, a home for young girls rescued from the streets. Reporters asked why he did it, and he said simply, "Because one woman taught me that kindness is more powerful than money." Chief Adewale watched proudly, realizing his son had finally grown up not by wealth, but by wisdom. A year later, Tobi visited Amara's grave with flowers. She didn't survive her illness, but her light lived on. "You changed me," he whispered, tears rolling down his cheeks. He turned and looked at the girls playing in the foundation compound for the first time. He smiled deeply. The spoiled boy had become a man, and all it took was one night, one woman, and one lesson. True wealth is not in gold, but in a heart that gives. I hope you enjoyed the story. If so, please like the video, comment what you learned from the tale. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more enchanting tales just like this one. Thank you.